Quant is a $2,000 coin. Hi guys, it's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another Quant update for you guys. We're going to look at the long-term future of Quant and where it could head in this upcoming bull market. Don't you worry, stay tuned until the very end if you want to know what's actually happening today. Make sure if you haven't, please do subscribe, like, comment. It really does help and get these videos out to like-minded people like you guys. So now, if we're taking a look at Quant, we are pretty much all in agreement. Comment below if you're not, that the bottom is in at about $40. A big signal that I gave on the channel was back at $50 July last year, so about a year ago to date. I called $50 as an area to start to accumulate Quant tokens. In fact, when we got up here, I also said to start to get out of Quant at about 200. It was retesting a previous head and shoulders neckline from the past, just like this, and that is simply why I said to get out of Quant. Then looking for reaccumulation between $94 and $100 every time that we come into this zone. It's been a great DCA. So this is what we've essentially been doing over the last year over here on Quant. Now it's taken a long time, it's taken a whole year, but those are the key moves that we've taken over here on the Quant chart. So when I'm looking for bull market targets, just as I did in the previous cycle, we're trying to measure from the top to the bottom. I can actually show you this over on Bitcoin very quickly. So we can see here in the previous bull cycle for Bitcoin that we topped out at about 19,000, and then look at the 1618 target, 62k being tapped, and we can see price actually went a little bit above all the way up to 69,000. So this was the 1618 being met. If we now go back over to Quant, we can do similar things and have the belief that Quant is going to reach that 1618 target, which currently sits at 1,800. And so as we can see, about $150, $160 slightly above sits $2,000. So my belief is that Quant will hit this. Of course, I might be wrong. I would actually start to DCA even before this level, maybe between $11,000 and $11,250. So in and around this area over here. But yeah, my belief is that looking at previous bull cycles, comparing it to Bitcoin and how Bitcoin did actually top out exactly at the 1618. It did double top and we did have the second top a little bit higher. That is why potentially we could see Quant pushing through and then topping out afterwards. If we do go beyond $2,000, don't you worry, I will update you guys further. But for me to have that belief that we will go past $2,000, I need another deep correction. You can see at the moment, even if I measured this correction, it's not really targeting beyond that point. In fact, we've got a lot of confluence at $800. So maybe, in fact, guys, if we're already starting very little to DCA at this point, so from this point currently, well, we've got the dotted line here, so this is current price 104 to the all-time high is about a 300% move, and then to that first take profit level is about a 680, let's call it 700% move. So from today's current price, it would make sense. Okay, yeah, we're making so much money, let's start to DCA out of Quant. So we'll now look on the lower time frames for Quant, but you've already seen those targets and where you can start to DC out of Quant when we do actually eventually get up there in the next few years or so. But yeah, we're more focused on what's actually happening today. And we can see that we did come back over to the 102 support and are currently bouncing from that location as well. I did actually call over on my Twitter that Bitcoin, I was smelling a pump. We were talking about it in the Discord community. And then I actually noticed it pumping. So I did actually call it from about here, but we already entered longs from a little bit earlier, somewhere around here we entered some longs from. And then yeah, I called it on the Twitter. I can smell a pump coming. And then from that close, we actually have continued up. So let's see if we can now drag all alts as well. We're now seeing Quant starting to get dragged up over here on the daily. We'll, of course, if it's on the daily, we can definitely see on the lower time frames. So yeah, after hitting this 102 area, which I've been giving you ever since this 1 hour, let's go to the 1 hour, 200 EMA over here. At this point in time, I was saying if we lose the 1 hour, 200 EMA, we'd come back down to this horizontal 102 support. We did so over here, here, and now again over here. We're forming a double bottom or inverse head and shoulders, 1, 2, 3, shoulder, head and shoulder, or just double bottom, one bottom, second bottom over here. Looking for breaks to the outside. Now, as we are watching Bitcoin, we would need Bitcoin to continue to keep pumping. Otherwise, you know, this will all just be a fake pump and we do actually continue lower. could all still be true anyway, even if we do continue pumping, as we have some key levels of resistance. What I would suggest is that Quant is on a journey attempting to head all the way back up to about $106. This is where the 200 EMA on the 1 hour is sitting, so that's keeping us in that downtrend. On the 4 hour, we can see in the same location the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. So any pumps into that area need to be very careful that they are bull traps. I do have a long on Bitcoin, trying essentially willing to hold it to see if it can break past 31k. So if that would be the case, then I would expect Quant to actually reclaim all these key levels of resistance, flipping back into support, and then continue onwards and upwards from this from that point of the reclaim of those moving averages. But at the moment, we need to have be aware that these are still resistance, as well as on Bitcoin. Even though I'm targeting higher, just need to be aware that we probably will reject them in the short term, need to hold a higher low and then break through and then continue higher. So that's what I'd like to see from Bitcoin, but also from Quant as well. Yeah, we can see on the 4 hour time frame, we are holding these previous supports. So in an area just to DCA if you want to, or yeah, look to long, it's down to you. We were expecting on Bitcoin, that's why we are essentially long Bitcoin. But of course, if Bitcoin were to go up, all alts are going up. So yeah, you could argue that I should have entered on alts, but hey ho, we're in profit at the moment. At least at this very moment, we are in profit. Not much more to say really, is there? We are, oh yeah, diamond pattern. I have gotten rid of it, but we can see that the diamond pattern, or this upward sloping trend line, has been lost. Technically speaking, that would validate the downward target, which is $83. That's why I made a whole video on $83. Now, just to clear it up, in yesterday's video we were talking about $83. That was the title. There was 3 things targeting down there. It's not my belief that we will go down there while we are above $94 and $100. Okay, so keep that in mind. Although I made a whole video on that, it doesn't necessarily mean I have the belief that it will 100% happen. We need things to actually follow along. So losing $94, then yeah, that's a high likelihood that is going to happen. Although the diamond pattern itself says the target is now valid from this point. Well, it's just like the head and shoulders pattern. How long we've been waiting on $77 to $83? I have already updated you guys in the last update that it's changed to $83 a target. But how long have we been waiting for that target? What's not been allowing us to get down there? This $94 to $100 region. So while we still maintain this area, the belief is that this is support. Any dumps into this zone is a great time to DCA. That is what I've personally been doing. I'm fine for it to come back into this zone. I will buy it again. If it loses it, then I'll look to buy down at around $83. Until then, this is still support. We've seen this head and shoulders pattern not going down to this target. Even though the diamond pattern is now saying we should go to 83, we're still above 94 to 100, so we're not going down to that target. We're looking for these horizontal supports, and at the moment we are at 1 at 102. And right now what I'd like to see on the daily is a reclaim of that golden pocket over here to head up into this resistance. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment. If you want me to teach you, I have course, mentorship and a chat available. Just private message me on my Twitter for more details. Otherwise, hit those links in the description and bring you over to my link tree, and you'll find all the options there. Thank you guys.